There we go. We're live. Hey guys, what's up? Johnny Bean here. Johnny Bean TV. We talk music, rock music, guitars, all types of cool stuff. Tuesdays, we do a show we call exclusively Van Halen. If you missed last week, I don't know where you were, but we talked to Steve Rosen. I think that was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
It was. Yeah. Had a great time. Check out that video. There'll be a card up at the top of the screen there. So make sure to check out that video. And yeah, so let's talk some Van Halen, you guys. Hey, Michael Anthony, what show is this?
Hey, this is Michael Anthony right here, and you are watching exclusively Van Halen on the Johnny Bean TV. Keep it there. Woo! See ya!
Hey, what's up, dudes?
What's happening?
Word
What's
up.
you guys? This is exclusively Van Halen, the Van Halen Show on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook, on X. Where else are we? The internet. Twitch.
What is it? Limeate or
LimeWire.
Well, the bootlegs
On
of the
Bear
show
Share.
are on those channels. I'm sure.
Spotify,
Oh, we're on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's right. This is a podcast.
Amazon Music.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. We're everywhere, you guys. So, hey, let's make sure you guys can hear us, right? You guys can hear us. You can see us. Anybody else watching this? There you are. Okay, I see you guys in the chat. All right, so if you guys like Van Halen, this is the place you want to be Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. We call this OU81 Tuesday. We love our Van Halen, you guys. So let's get the show going. But hey, let's say hello to the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Bean YouTube station. Channel membership's a great way to help support the channel and support these shows. And the top tier are the executive producers. And they are currently Sherman Callahan, CC, Nova 9, Michael Smith, Music Therapy, Laz, R. Habs, Warlag, Fairfield Guitar Co., Majestic PB, and J. Cat, and Janice Lala, the intern, who I see in the chat because your name is in green.
Along with William Duvall.
William Duvall is here too.
Yeah.
In the chat. Let's see. Who's this Mike? Who's this Mike Wood guy?
Oh, that's me saying hi to my buddy Rob.
Hey, Rob, what's up, man? There you are. Hey,
PB&J.
Majestic, are you around tonight, man? We'll do some Call of Duty over on Twitch, dude. You guys. All right. Well, hey, first of all, Ron Gunner is here. You guys know Ron.
From Hell, Ohio.
What's going on?
It was 94 here today.
Oh, my gosh.
And I
That's
did
adorable.
I did get this all put back together.
Look at that. Beauty.
Yeah. You made that?
Yeah, he wanted to back more relics, so I did the back more.
The guy that you made that for?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's pink.
Yeah, you hate pink, right?
Yeah. So this is I'm taking it back to him tomorrow. Why won't this not focus? Come on.
You're too cool to be focused on, man.
Because you said pink.
That's right. See, even my camera hates pink. But yeah, so goes back to him tomorrow. I got to run it up to the store.
Very nice.
And I started working on the Fender bass. I got the very first tack coat of the British Racing Green on it, and then it'll be relic like this. So
very cool.
And then I got the white one that will be the same color pink.
Powered
No,
by
StreamYard,
StreamYard. Quack, quack. Yeah. Well, very cool, man. And hey, Mr. Mike 5150. It's great to see you, man.
Hey,
Sorry.
hey, everybody.
Missed you yesterday, but there's always next week.
Yeah. We'll hang out soon.
Yeah. It was only 99 degrees up there yesterday.
Yeah, it was getting up into the 102s, 104s, 105s up here recently.
Yeah. East
But it's
Bay,
cooling off now.
California.
But my
Yeah.
buddy Rob, I was mentioning there, he's near Sacramento, and it's even worse.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, 110s and whatever.
Oh man, where's Rob? Let's shout out Rob.
Yeah, where'd you go, buddy?
There he is. There you are. Hey, what's up, Robert?
I've known that guy for about coming up on 30 years.
Oh, very cool. Robert, great to see you, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, speaking of being subscribed to the channel, you guys, we do giveaways on the channel. And if you're subscribed and if you participate in the live chat, you have a chance to win tonight. And all you got to do is participate in the chat. That's all you got to do. So you can say hi to each other. You can, type numbers and, whatever you want to do. But we're giving away a pack of EVH guitar picks. These are the Cortex picks, and these are the 60s. So these are the ones that you guys want.
Those are like
Very nice.
I don't know if-
right?
I don't know if I have 60s, but I got a package of those, and man, you just play better when your pick is in stripes and red and black and white.
Mm-hmm.
You just feel it in your fingertips. Literally.
I know. They're awesome. Yeah. So if you guys want to win these, all you got to do is participate in the chat.
Raymond.
it.
No, she did not.
Uncle Raymond, let's say hello to some people here. Who do we got? Ron, who do we got in the chat? Who do you see?
I first thing I got to say hi to is Scotty, and thank you, Scotty, for this. Scotty,
What is that?
That is
It's a dental
pickup,
tool.
Yeah, a pickup.
Had
height
something
tool.
in his teeth.
Yeah.
It's a pickup height tool for the bigger ones for the rear and the smaller ones for the front. Scotty was nice enough to purchase this and send it to me. And the weird part about it is I've never owned one of these. I always went by just eyesight, so now I actually have a gauge. So thank you, Scotty. It will
Very
be
nice.
And then we see Rock Daddy, Vince Vegas, Dwight Bailey.
Sky prop.
Yeah, Sky
MPN,
Prop. Yeah.
Zach
there we
Ball.
go.
Of course, Janice.
Everybody. Rick, what's up,
Yeah.
Rick? Oh, hey, you were messaging me over on Instagram earlier. Says he loves the EVH premium guitar premium silver 60s with the case. Right on. You were the one mentioned me, right? Earlier? Okay. Maybe one of you guys can figure this out. EVH has the eyelets, for the guitar strap. Do you guys know what the official size of those are? Do you guys happen to know?
How you doing, Peggy?
This is what he's asking about right here. Rick, that was you, right?
Oh, the eyelet, yeah.
The eyelet, this. He's asking what the official number of this. He wants to know the exact size. I told him he could actually go to like a Guitar Center, and if he finds, some of these guitars, they have them. I think they already have them, or I'm not sure. I don't know. Mine has them. Okay, and these are the official ones.
It's
So maybe
just
in the-
about big enough to get the tip of your finger through, right? That's about
Sort
it.
of. Yeah,
Maybe your
Yeah, those
pinky
are about
can
an
get
inch.
through.
yeah.
Oh, I'd
But
say
there-
less, right? Yeah.
There is a number. It was you, right, Rick? Yeah. So there's a number. It's like 6 or 8 or something. So if anybody in the chat knows, feel free or drop a comment down below on playback.
You know what I find amazing about that is I could see Eddie just using what he had there at the shop and putting them in there, and then people automatically, he calculated this size. He
Yeah,
wanted this size.
they got to
He
get
does
it perfect.
Yeah, but it just like, it was like, oh, I had these here. I mean, it would have been funny if he had two different sizes, one smaller one in the front and the bigger one in the back, just because that's what he had at the bench.
Mm-hmm. I think he did use different sizes over the years. It really wasn't a calculated thing with Van Halen. He would just use whatever was laying around, whatever he could find, out on tour. So, but EVH does make an official set of those, and I will have a link down below in the description of this video for those. But you guys can put them on all your Van Halen guitars, That's what people do. Right?
Rick says he got the number 8.
Okay.
Size 8.
Yeah, they're either 6 or 8. Because we used to talk about this stuff. Dudes, we've been talking Van Halen guitars. We're going on like 10 years on this channel. And we used to talk this stuff like all the time. So I know there's some older videos here where you can go back, and I think we're talking about that stuff.
You'll just have to watch 10 years of videos to find the exact topic you need.
Yeah. And you'll notice I haven't aged at all.
Not at all.
In every video. I look exactly the same.
AI Johnny.
Are you a Highliner or a highlighter?
What?
The hell was the name of that show?
A Highlander.
Highlander, that's it.
I've never seen it.
Are you a Handlander?
Handlander?
Highlander.
What?
If you're a guitar player fan, you need to know Brian May's music in there.
Oh, okay. We got to watch that.
The
Hey,
Highlander
Janice.
movies.
Janice, send me a Highlander. Didn't
Yeah.
Was that the
There
movie?
can never be two Highlanders together.
Highlander.
There can be only one.
I think Stuart Copeland did the soundtrack for that.
Queen did the theme song, but yeah, maybe he did like score stuff.
Maybe he scored the stuff. Something
They're
like
doing
that.
a remake of Highlander. Ooh, now we've come into movie talk here. This is also my
Highlander.
specialty.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, what you have written down there, let's get into that. And then after that, we can talk
Okay.
Handlander or whatever you were talking about.
Highlander.
Handlander.
That's you. You know,
That's
never
why the whole
age.
movie is just hand puppets.
And they just land on Handlander.
Hey, that's what you want to call the guitar neck, a Handlander.
Well,
That's where your hand goes.
unless you get the one over at Robinson, then you got the acoustic whammy neck.
You should go over there and see if that guitar is still there.
Yeah, Sky, is that still there? I'm sure it is. Who in the hell's going to buy that thing?
I don't know. I'd buy it. Let's see. Yo, thank you for subscribing. Is it Heem Batman?
Yeah.
Or Hey, I'm Batman.
Or Hey, Hey.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out too.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Batman, thank you for subscribing. Okay.
Mr. Batman.
All right,
Mr. Keaton.
let's yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
iMike on X.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Oh yeah, what is your X channel? I tried tagging you earlier. Actually, I was going to tag you on the promo for tonight's show, and it wouldn't let me because you have it to where you're not tagged in photo posts.
You know, I am on X. I don't think I can change my thing here, but I could type it in. Maybe.
There you go.
Oh yeah. No, I can't. I'll post it some other time when I figure out how to do this.
Cool. Yeah, because I was going to tag you, and it wouldn't let me. But what? With no better way to say it, I guess. That was Heim Batman, but it's Hey, I'm Batman. I am Batman.
I don't know.
He is Batman.
I am Batman.
Cool. Oh, is Mike on X? Yes, Mike is on X.
It's I have a few accounts, but mwood919. I gotta type that in somehow.
There you go. She'll find you. Janice is awesome over on that.
Janice will find you.
Janice will find you. Okay. All right. Welcome, Batman. All right, let's get into this, you guys. This is pretty cool. VHND is reporting that fans unveiled
That's for Van Halen News Desk, everybody.
Yeah, Van Halen News Desk, which I think most of us have been featured on over the years. Fans,
That's how you found me.
Is it? That's how I found you?
Yeah.
Years ago?
Yeah. I got
'Cause you
my
were on there,
music
huh?
video. The music video I did as a fan, I edited a fan video for Tattoo in 2012 before the album actually came out. I was just obsessed with the track, and I thought the video was terrible. So I kind of did a fun one of my own, and it blew up on, I couldn't even put it on YouTube at the time. I got copyright strikes for it. So I put it on Vimeo and showed it to friends, and it blew up. And then I got a call from Van Halen News Desk, and they did a little story about me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you commented on it, and you were like, "Dude, I'm in your neighborhood." We've known each other since that. Since that
Johnny's
communication.
in everybody's neighborhood.
And we went and
But
we
but
saw
he like literally was like,
we went and saw an
he
Andy
lived in my
Summers
town.
movie together.
yeah. But that was even years later. That was like 2, 3, 4, 5 years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, we knew each other since 2012 because of that, because of Van Halen News Desk.
Because of Van Halen News Desk.
Anyway,
Yeah. So hey, so there's some fans that kind of put their own spin on Van Halen III, and we're gonna talk about this. We listened to it. Well, hey, let's read. Let's do some reading. Van Halen 3 gets a 2024 reboot. Two fans have collaborated to reimagine Van Halen's 1998 album for a whole new listening experience. The project was put together. Dun dun dun. The project was put together by Scott Monroe, one of the hosts of the new podcast regarding Van Halen 3, and podcaster musician Kevin Brown. Monroe and Brown took the original 12-track album, clocking in at an hour 65:22, and edited it down to 10 tracks at just under 41 minutes. Wow. That's pretty cool. So there you go. So they're talking about how they got the idea to do that, and yeah. So you can read about
yeah.
the
At
whole
first,
thing.
it was just going to be a couple tracks, they said, and then it just kind of built and built and built, and they did almost all the songs.
Mm-hmm. So they did
And
almost all of them, or all of them?
yeah, no, they left out Once and Primary, so it went from 12 tracks to 10.
Okay, no wonder I listened to the album so fast.
Yeah,
Or at least
and
they're. I kept clicking on their videos, and then I was done. There weren't
You're
any
like, "That's
more.
it?"
And, yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like I said, it's a reimagined version in the sense that they resequenced it, so it's a different track listing order. What was interesting was they said, what if it had come out on vinyl and you really wanted it to be a good side A and then a good side B that starts with it, so they kind of resequenced the track list, and yeah, I don't know if I agree with their decisions in there. But it's a total thing that you could do any way you wanted based on just your own fandom.
Mm-hmm.
I've done
Right.
it with other albums that I thought, the track listing is weird. I think it should go like this,
Mm-hmm. Kind of like
It
making
flows
your own
better.
mixtape.
Well, and they were talking about this came out in
I did that a
1998.
few times.
Yeah, exactly. This came out in 98 when it was all CDs. That's anything that was new was being put out only on CD, which is listening from front to back. You just listen to it all straight.
Mhm.
There's no side one, side two experience of any kind. And that's a different thing that's for vinyl. So they were kind of reimagining it for vinyl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, man. So, Ron, what did you think?
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I didn't even know.
Have you
anything
heard the
about it.
actual record?
Yeah, when we first talked
Once.
about it. Yeah, I listened to it
Once.
twice.
The one
that
song
same
they
day.
left off. Yeah.
Yeah. Ron's
In the
obviously
chat.
a big fan.
Yeah.
None of that record.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious he likes his Randy Rhoads and his George Lynch and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all good. In the chat.
I do like Eddie. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Matter
who
of
doesn't?
fact, I have. They're not here, but I have a Bumblebee, And
Cool.
one other. I have another. Like I said, if I could hang them all up, I would. But there'd be guitars in every room of the house. So my wife won't let that.
I think every guitar player wishes for that. You know, Eddie Van Halen actually had a studio in his bathroom. I have a photo of it somewhere.
Library.
By which you mean a microphone for capturing what he was playing or whatever.
He had like a recording setup in there.
Wow.
I have a photo. There is a photograph of his bathroom where you can see his little studio in there, and I have the photo somewhere. Have to find it. I don't know where it is. I think it's a photo of him, like in the bathroom. You know, I mean,
well, he was on 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
The bathroom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was. I think that was kind of a play on that because he actually did have a recording setup in his bathroom.
Ron, what was the name of the tune he played in that sketch on 2.5 Men?
I couldn't tell you.
He just noodled out a little riff that was actually ended up on A Different Kind of Truth. It was the riff from As Is, but he comes out, he plays it, and he says, "That's called 2 burritos and a root beer float," and then walks away.
Oh, that just makes my stomach hurt just thinking of that.
It's a good name for a song, I guess. It's no hot dog and a shake for the DLR fans, but see, Skyprop knew it.
There you go, Skyprop. Right on. Hey, Vince. Hey, what's up, Russell?
So to get back to the story at hand here, if you read the article in there, it says that what they're doing is they took each song, found the essences of the songs that they liked best and they think made the song shine, and then kind of cut out parts that they thought didn't highlight that stuff. So they're cutting out intros, long outros, pre-choruses, things like that where they thought it didn't help the song. So that is why this is clocking in, minus the other 2 tracks, clocking in at around 40 minutes, it said, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that makes the songs better myself, but the other thing they did, according to what they've written, is you might have seen these stems you can get from songs now by running it through an AI processor, and it says the AI goes, "Oh, that's drums. I hear that's drums," and it isolates the drum track.
Yeah.
And then it goes, "Oh, I think this is the bass guitar." AI can figure that out, separate it from what's bass guitar and what's not, and gives you the bass guitar stem. Same thing with the guitar, rhythm, vocals. I think it generally goes, this is a human voice. So if you've mixed multiple layers of vocal tracks, I think it usually comes out as one big thing. And the more that they've all bled together in the original mix, the harder it's going to be for the AI to pull those apart. But in theory, these guys went and ran it through one of those things and did some remixing. And Johnny, I cannot tell you I hear it any differently, really, more than maybe 5% than the album itself.
I'll let you know what I think after Ron tells us again what he thought.
We got to hear Ron's opinion on this.
I'll have
zone out there for a while, Ron.
I'll have to. Well, no, I was trying to. There was an app I had, and I think it's called Muse, MUSE, where you can go and isolate certain parts of it. So that's what I was looking for.
Well, that's how people nowadays can get an instrumental version of a song. You just pull out the audio or the vocal part of it, or
DJs. See, DJs have been doing this stuff for forever.
Right.
That's how they do remixes of songs. And there is, there's been a lot of technology out there over the years where you can do that. Like,
sometimes the producers of a given track or album, who was I just reading about, did that, gave out their music to the fans to remix. So you could, I don't know if it was 9 Inch Nails or something, they gave him the stems and said, "You guys make your own mixes."
There's a lot of artists, producers that have done that over the years, where they actually release the stems to like one song, and they'll do like a contest, and they'll be like, "Hey, can you remix this song?" I did that.
Oh, yeah?
I did that for a song years ago, for a commercial song. It was called I can't even think of what it was called.
Jump.
No, it wasn't Van Halen. No, it was a solo artist, and I redid. I had the stems. I played guitar on it, and it was for a contest.
Yeah.
And I didn't win the contest, but the track is out there, and of course now, anything I did back then, I would totally redo now again, like
differently,
it's
and
never done. You're never
Right.
happy with it, but. So there are a lot of artists, producers that do release stems, and there is technology out there now, like what Mr. Mike was saying, where you can isolate stuff, and the stuff is out there. The video game Guitar Hero, the Van Halen Guitar Hero or whatever. I have all of those stems basically.
Oh, really?
Every vocal, every bass, every drum, every guitar, like everything. Yeah, everything.
But not for Van Halen 3.
It's literally like 10 hours of audio.
Wow.
And sometimes as I'm driving, I'll listen to it. So
just an isolated track. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. No, unfortunately, I don't have them for Van Halen 3.
Yeah, because they had basically disowned this album by the time they rejoined with Dave and had Wolfie in the band, and they put out that Guitar Hero game. It wasn't on any of the greatest hits albums they put out after, so they weren't thrilled with it.
Although
it wasn't
I think
on the best of both worlds, where the double album in 2004 they put out of greatest hits. No Gary Cherone stuff turned up on that.
Wasn't the best of wasn't there a best of that was released at some point, like later on, and it did have the Without You video on it?
Not that I know of. The only official collections I know of have just Dave and Sammy stuff, because it's best of Volume 1 in 1996 with 2 new tracks from Dave, and the best of both worlds with 3, or is it 3 or 4 new tracks with Sammy? I think it's just 3. Yeah.
3, yeah.
And that's the only official ones the band put out. And yeah, Gary did not get a showing on that one. Not even an also ran. They didn't mention him at all.
I mean, and we've talked about this over the years, but it's just unfortunate. I think a lot of it's timing too. I think when this album came out, I mean, anybody that bought this album brand new in 1998, any record these days it's a little different, because like we were saying, everything's streaming now. You can just listen on your phone wherever you go. I drove through 10 towns yesterday, so I have no memory of anything yesterday. But when Van Halen 3 came out, the day the album dropped, I remember buying the album. I was living in Miami, Florida. That's when I was living at Desmond Child's house.
Yeah.
And so when I listen to this album, it totally takes me back to Miami, Florida, and living at Desmond's place. All those memories, like you can't. It's burned in.
They're intertwined.
It's burned into my head with this record. So,
it takes me back to my high school. It was senior year for me, so it was good times.
There you go.
If Rob's still listening, he should see if he remembers me getting this and yapping all about it and being all excited, and nobody else in the world cared.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we can't play these, right? We can't play these versions on here, but you guys can go through, and each video, I think they put it in sequence of how they thought it should go. So it starts off with Without You. And I don't know that they did much editing to that.
There was a little. There was, yeah. I mean, I'll admit, like I said, this album's burned into my brain as far as when it came out and where I was and what I was doing. But over the years, anytime I listen to it, it's really it's crazy. Listening to it yesterday and today, I was listening to these tracks, mostly driving in the car. Without you, I thought it was very noticeable, the edits that they did.
Oh, really?
As you get further along in the tracks.
Oh, maybe I didn't listen to it far enough. I think I got 30 seconds into that one and I went, all right, it's the same.
Oh, no, they
Okay.
took out like part of the pre-chorus. There was a few parts
Okay.
where that one was pretty noticeable to me. But I think as you go further into the album, and if you really haven't heard the record for a long time,
How would you know the difference? Yeah.
it would be tough to be able to tell, what parts were missing, but I think one thing I will say is by editing these songs and taking out certain parts, where most of the parts that were taken out were like Eddie's like guitar parts.
Oh, what are you
not solos, but like intros,
Intros and outros.
because there was a lot of like instrumental portions to these songs, and so I think a lot of that stuff was taken out, and I think in doing that really took, to me, I mean, if you guys thought the songs were, if you thought there was just too much going on
Vince.
originally, imagine taking some of that out and then knowing the stuff that's gone and listening to it. It sounded, to me, it didn't make the songs better at all. It made it more like disjointed.
I thought so too. I thought there
me.
were some edits that weren't on the beat. Like there were some, I don't know. I should listen to more of them. But what was interesting was, and this is way down the list. There, I think they ended the album in their sequencing with "How Many Say I," which is the track that I think is the only track ever that Eddie sings lead on.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's in fairly good agreement that that's not a great vocal performance. So they just said, what if we made it an instrumental? And they took out all the vocals. Actually, Gary sings backup very nicely on that.
Did you see my comment on that video?
Oh, no. On that one?
I commented on that.
No,
when I
what'd you
heard
say?
that. Because I saw it. It said the song is like 1 minute and 40 seconds or something.
Yeah, they just chopped it down.
So I listened to it.
It's like a 6-minute song or something, but
It just had the intro, and then like the part, before the middle part, and then the end. There was no
the
vocal. There was no
Right.
vocal at all.
they stripped the vocal out.
And
And it's all just a piano piece now because there's no guitar on it at all.
no, right,
Drums
right,
or bass or anything. It's just a piano piece.
It always was just piano,
Right.
really. So anyway,
now
so
it's
my
only piano. Yeah.
yeah, so that's only piano, and my comment was I think this is insulting to take his complete vocal out of that, like, and then the guy responded back to me, and he basically said, oh, we didn't intend to insult anybody.
Yeah, it's in the article
But-
too. They don't mean any disrespect to the artists involved in this. It was just a creative what if project.
Yeah,
what if
which
I was
is-
the producer? What might I have
Which
done?
is fine. Anybody can do that. That's the thing.
Hang on,
Okay. Anybody can do all that. And so anyway, so my comment on the How Many Say I, just to totally take Eddie's vocal out of that song, I thought, well, it's kind of insulting to Van Halen to do that, because I'm like, well,
I think I would have tried it. I would have tried it just to see is because Eddie has done a number of instrumentals over the years,
right.
and how I think it's just to say, what would this sound like as just a piano instrumental?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't think they're trying to insult. Honestly, I never loved Eddie's voice on that, or, after years and years of smoking anyway, he's in the late 90s and on, he sounded really hoarse.
Well,
So.
even the guy, I think the guy responded back And I looked it up. There actually was an interview with Gary Cherone a few years ago where he did say that they pressured Van Halen into singing that.
Oh, who? The studio,
I guess,
or
Gary?
Oh, the band did.
Or the band.
Like, come on, man.
Because originally
he sounded drunk. Yeah.
He sounds like Tom Waits. He sounds like Tom Waits is who he sounds like. And I know I'm very familiar with Tom Waits because my sister used to blast Tom Waits music all the time.
Really?
So I used to hear that, like growing up. I would always hear Tom Waits. So I'm very familiar with that sound. But so anyway, so apparently the way the song How Many Say I Happened was I guess the majority of the record, Gary would give Edward lyrics and Edward would write music to the lyrics, which is something he never did. It was always opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
Where he would give music to the vocalist and the vocalist would write lyrics to that music.
And this was at the very least, what do these lyrics evoke? And he would kind of write based on the feelings he got from the lyrics.
Well, that's why I said, well, it's kind of insulting just to totally take his vocal out of there because, I think he probably felt pretty strong about that. It's the only song he ever sang on.
Yeah.
And then somebody left a comment saying, "Oh, but he's gone, he doesn't care," or whatever. And I'm not even going to reply to that guy, that's just some idiot, but
well, yeah, but the comments I'm sure get crazy in there on these things.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they get crazy on this site here. Well, they always
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, we're keeping an eye on this one. They're all talking about Mammoth over there, but you and I have seen Mammoth. That's old news.
Oh, they're awesome, man.
Yes, they are.
They're awesome.
But anyway, I thought it was interesting that they cut out Primary, which is an instrumental that leads into Ballad or the Bullet, and then How Many Say I is the last one, and it's a trilogy about voting or democracy. So it's primary as in like a primary election, and it's the one that comes before the main. So it's kind of an instrumental that comes before the main song. And I kind of liked Primary. It's all in that sitar and just a noodling weird thing. I don't know why you had to take it out, but I guess their point was, well, we already had New World, the original opening of the album, on there. I don't know that they reworked it much. Maybe they shortened it.
I didn't hear any difference on New
weird,
Right?
Maybe they remixed it somehow, but and then they turned How Many Say I into a instrumental. So they were like, well, 3 instrumentals is a lot. That's the only reason I saw them put.
Yeah, which again, How Many Say I mean, even though I said, taking his vocal out, it's kind of disrespectful, but like I've been saying though for several years, if they do release anything out of the vault, anything brand new, I would love to hear more of his piano stuff.
Yeah.
So that's almost hearing just like a clip of that.
Yeah. I did like hearing more of what was under the vocal. When the vocal was deleted on this, you could hear more of the melody of what he was playing, and it's pretty dynamic in the chord changes and things. And to me, that was like, I started listening to it going, I wonder what this would have sounded like on a synth, like in 88 or 87 or something. What would if he'd played all this on a keyboard, what would that have, but it's on a big grand piano, I believe. But
he had a piano in his living room,
right,
that actually had 5150 like burned onto it or like stamped onto the piano. I've seen it.
Oh, really? Like a grand, like a Steinway or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It you can hear because he's hitting like the very lowest key for the opening of that song, ba-bong, and it's really low, and it's just such a cool sound.
It's very similar to what he did. Originally he scored the soundtrack to a film called The Wildlife, and there was some piano stuff in that, very similar to that, and then some of that was actually later used on Balance. Remember the Balance song that had the
right before or whatever
before Not Enough.
Yeah, Strung Out.
Was it Strung Out?
Is where he's playing with the strings. He's not even playing the keys. he's tearing apart the strings, but that was a house he was renting from someone, right? And he messed up their guy's piano on a drunken night, and they recorded.
He was throwing like batteries onto it. That was recorded.
Imagining forks and stuff, like silverware on the strings, and like tearing them apart and stuff.
That was originally in the Wildlife movie. You can hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No kidding.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and he played an acoustic piano on Balance as well, on Not Enough, and I'm trying to think what else. But before that, it was mostly synthesizers, and as far back as Women and Children First, the intro to And the Cradle Will Rock is a Wurlitzer or something.
Wurlitzer electric piano.
Right, but also through like a Marshall stack or something, right? Like he amplified the hell out of it.
Through his amp, through an MXR flanger.
There you go.
Where he's just banging on the keys with the flanger engaged, and it makes that flanging sound that you hear.
And I think that's the earliest keys of any kind that he played on an album. But all the way up through that one, through Van Halen 3, there's piano here and there, or synthesizer. And I'm trying to think of, besides Strung Out and what were we just saying?
Not Enough.
Not Enough. Was there any other acoustic piano like that?
Wow, the biggest hit was Right Now.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Yeah, the biggest one.
Yeah. So anyway, the track listing is weird in this, and it's cutting out a lot of the I feel like they just went like a butcher and said, I'm going to trim the fat. And what's fat is very subjective, because I miss some of the stuff that they cut out.
Well, I mean, the thing is, too,
I get it.
If you're like, I don't know if these guys are musicians. I don't know. I
one of them is he said he's a newspaper editor. If you read at the top of one of those, paragraphs, it says something about him being a newspaper editor and knowing how to trim an article down to the basic facts and stuff. And I'm going,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that translates to music, but I don't know what the other guy does. But they do a podcast that I'd never heard about. Have you ever listened to And the Podcast Will Rock? Or
yeah,
I'd never listened to that one. I'm gonna have to check them out. Is that one all Van Halen?
I think
sounds like it.
I think I was on it.
Were you? Yeah, you were.
I think I was on one of them. Yeah.
Okay, so you know these guys now.
Well, I didn't. Some of them, they didn't really talk to me. You know, so some of them I don't really know. A couple of the guys, one of the guys, I kind of know. So, well, yeah, it's the internet. You really don't know. Yeah. Mr. Mike, you're the only guy I actually really know, because I've actually met you. You know.
Oh, hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Anyway, no, these guys are cool, and so I don't know if they're musicians, but you know, if you're editing songs, if you're trimming parts out, you know, it really does take an ear to do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Ron.
And it helps if you are a musician, because you know what to look for, or what to listen for, I should say. Sorry.
That's what I was kind of saying. Like some of the edits, I mean, they're very noticeable to me, and not so much because I already knew the songs, but just it was like all of a sudden it's like edit, you know. Like, but the thing is too, though, if I don't know, like Mr. Mike was saying that they were able to remix the songs because they were able to make isolated tracks. If that's the case, then that's cool. But if you're just like editing from like a track, you know, off a CD,
yeah,
it's very tough to do that, because you get a lot of bleed, you get a lot of cymbals bleeding over, so it's harder to do editing. You know.
Yeah, but it does help if you do know music, or play an instrument, I should say.
If you play an instrument,
I mean,
or if that's what you do. But it did look like one of the guys that did this. It did look like that they've done this quite a bit, not just with Van Halen. They've done like other songs.
Okay.
If you look at their channel, if you scroll
down in that article, isn't there something about regarding Van Halen 3? I think they have not that far, but somewhere in there, there's a red link.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's at the bottom, but anyway.
It's right here.
Right. So do they have a regarding podcast and then they do different albums for each season or something like that? I'll have to look into that.
I don't know.
Is that,
I
because
don't
that
know.
might be the guy who does different ones and like does that occasionally for different albums, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did look at the guy's YouTube channel, and there is some other stuff on there. There was more Van Halen. Like, he actually did, like, I guess you would say.
Oh.
Well, here, I'll follow him. Oh, yeah, regarding Van Halen 3. Yeah, they're on X. We got them.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
check them out.
All right, I'm following you guys. Okay, Kevin Brown. Okay, I'm following.
Brian
okay, we
Davies,
follow.
get better. Brian's got COVID. I'm just
Oh,
checking
no.
up with chat.
Dude, I hope you feel better, man.
Yeah, we need everybody to stay healthy. There's some new variants going around this summer. Be careful, folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did run into somebody in the comments, and this is a little off topic, but they were reimagining some either Sammy era stuff or Van Halen 3 stuff because they're big DLR fans. It was with vocals from Dave kind of plastered onto him.
The guy, one of the guys that did this.
Yeah.
If you look at his channel, he actually, I found the video. I listened to it today when I was driving. He did a, I think they call it For Unlawful Carnal Rothage. Or something.
I haven't heard. I didn't see that one.
And what it is, it's Top of the World with Dance the Night Away's vocals on it. And it's not terrible, but obviously
like
certain parts of it you can tell like, yeah, that doesn't fit, but it's interesting.
It gives you an idea of the tone of what Dave's vocals might have felt like, I should say, not as much sounded like, but felt like over this this era of Eddie's playing and songwriting. Because it really did change a lot after 5150 or
the perfect example of that. Like, if you guys have ever wondered what Roth would have sounded like during the Hagar years, the perfect example of that are the two songs they released on the best of
96.
Can't get this up no more. Me Wise Magic, because that's Van Hagar.
That is the weirdest sentence I've ever heard come out. Like, if people didn't know that those were
whatever I just said.
Songs, can't get this stuff no more. Me Wise Magic. It's like
sound like you had a stroke.
Yeah, exactly.
Me Wise. It's like what did I say? He-Man, Batman, Heim Batman.
I'm Batman.
Heim Batman. You can't get this stuff no more, man.
Ivan. Blazing.
Yeah. But that's the perfect example, because really that's Hagar era music with Roth's vocal on it.
Somebody said there was an early version of one of those two songs that Sammy had done some demo vocals on before he left the band, or maybe around the Balance era or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it exists. It's never gotten out. Nobody's heard it, you know.
Yeah, people who were in the studio that day or something.
Yeah. But if you want to imagine Hagar era Van Halen with Roth on it, those two songs are perfect examples of. That's what I always thought when I heard them.
This other person, and I had to go down the comments section on one of these and really dig, but somebody was taking Dave's solo stuff. I think they were chopping it into pieces where it fit, putting it over instrumental versions of Sammy era stuff like Cabo Wabo. They did a mix of Cabo Wabo and I forget which song it was. Big Trouble. Not the Van Halen early demo, but the David Lee Roth song. And not only put it in places they thought a lyric might fit, but I think also pitched it so it was in the right key or something like that. So it sounds really weird.
So it fit.
But you get a feel for what it would be like if Dave's voice was in this music.
Okay,
yeah.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with doing any of that just at all, is when you put those two songs together and you already know them, it's like, well, this sounds like when I was listening to The Top of the World with Dancing All the Way on top of it, I was driving and it was like my brain going in two places at once. And
Because you know both songs.
Because I know both songs and I was following both songs and I was like in my head at the same time.
Oh, Big River is not the one I was talking about, Clayton, but yeah. That's what Big Trouble from the early demos turned into, was Big River. And then David Lee Roth also had a third song called Big Trouble.
He had a different
song that was completely different from the Van Halen stuff.
Van Halen had a completely different song called Women in Love from the club days.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't even their song. Maybe it was a cover. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, it is hard to listen to those and go like, I go, okay, I'm hearing the voice of Dave over more modern Van Halen, guitar tone and songwriting, and you're like, okay, they could have done something in an alternate universe. Yeah, this could have been cool, but you're definitely hearing both of the original songs. And
but if you know the vocal line already, that's why it doesn't work. That's why it's kind of like you're going to listen to it for like a minute and be like, nah, okay, whatever.
It's almost like somebody asked ChatGPT, hey, what if Dave never left Van Halen? What would it have sounded like in 1996?
They do that every day on my Facebook group. That's all they do.
Does AI come up with something, though?
Oh, they'll post AI photos of stuff and
yeah.
all the time. But in order to make that work, though, if you have like a Hagar era track, isolated, and then to do something completely original with Roth's voice and not make it be like an older song, make it something totally different, then that would be more interesting, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It would,
more believable.
Yeah. Again, it would have
more
to be like an AI.
Like, oh.
AI would have to come up with its own fake lyrics.
People are scared of AI now, man. Well, they've been scared, but there's like artists out there that are, some totally are embracing this. Some are like, no, thanks.
I think that's the only way is to embrace it. But yeah, it's going to cause trouble.
You have to embrace it. You have to know it, because if you don't, you're going to be left behind, man.
You're going to get run over and be the roadkill of AI on the highway of music.
You guys, AI is basically. This show is sponsored.
Kana, there's your ultimate AI right there.
Yeah. Well, there's also the Spielberg movie. It's worth a rewatch, folks.
Oh wow.
Anyway, I don't know. I think this was an interesting experiment. I don't know that it was fruitful. It didn't change the experience of the album that much for me.
Right.
And Ron agrees with me.
Unfortunately,
Johnny doesn't age. That's why he's AI.
Dude, that's true. I look at myself.
He's an avatar.
I see myself on these shows because of my lighting.
Yeah.
Like
nice and smooth.
It's nice and smooth. You see me when I'm doing these shows from Guitar Center. I'm all like, 60 years old and horrible. Now here I'm like 28.
And sometimes you have a beard, and sometimes
29.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. No, I was wondering if anybody else
playing Call of Duty.
Did anybody else in the chat? Did anybody know about this before we started the show and listened to any of those? Has anybody listened to them while we've been talking? I'm curious if anyone else has some opinions about it.
Yeah.
Or if they're even all that familiar with Van Halen 3. The only reason I put this silly byline here is that was the first, I said this last time I was on, that was the first Van Halen album to come out after I had become officially a fan. So that was a big deal. I read every article. I downloaded the tablature and learned to play every song and printed it out back in the old days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm closely related to that album.
Dot matrix printer.
Yeah, right. Tear off the tabs on the side. Yeah.
So this album, it has to hold a special place for you because of that.
It's a bittersweet one for sure, because it was 1995. Balance had come out, and I was like, oh, I think I like this band, Van Halen. So I went out and I went to the Warehouse in San Ramon. Do you remember that record store? You probably
I had
weren't
one
here,
in El
but-
Cerrito. I used to
Okay,
go to.
yeah, you probably didn't even visit San Ramon until it was.
I used to
gone, but
I used to have to buy my Van Halen tickets at the Warehouse.
the El Cerrito, yeah.
But no,
I got them at Tower in Dublin.
I never went to San Ramon until like
Till later,
1999 or
2010,
2000. Yeah.
So there was a Warehouse store, and I got 5150 was the first Van Halen album I ever bought because it had the most track songs on the back
Me
that I
too.
recognized. Just from the radio, it had most of the songs that I'd recognized on the back, and I went, I'm going to get this. Had I known 1984 might have had more that I'd heard. But anyway, I went crazy and got every album within that year. And for a 16-year-old kid who didn't have a job, that was pretty good. I was able to beg, borrow, and steal enough money to buy every CD that they had. And then this came out, and I was comparing it to the old stuff. And I was like, well, it's new, and it's cool because it's new. And they got this new singer who, gosh, third time, I hope it's a charm. And it was like, this doesn't sound like that stuff. So I really did pick apart the things that I liked about it, and definitely had to go, there's some stuff I still have a real problem with Gary's vocals, because it sounds like he's trying to sound like Eddie's saying, he's scratchy. Do you notice that on that album? That, and I think you've said before you weren't very well versed on the Extreme albums that came out before that.
I didn't know. I only knew More Than Words.
Like More Than Words, yeah.
That was the only song, because that was everywhere.
Ron has something to say on this.
Being a Van Halen 3 aficionado, having listened to it twice in one day, his vocals on that compared to Extreme are night and day. Extreme is in Extreme, it's so much better.
It's smoother.
Yeah.
It's melodic.
Yep.
And on this album, he sounds crunchy. He sounds scratchy. I don't know why.
Like
I don't know.
Trying to sound,
do the Sammy thing, or Sammy has a scratch to his voice, but it works better.
That's what people were when this album first came out. Everybody was saying he's just trying to sound like Sammy, or they're trying to make him sound like Sammy.
Hey Tyler,
that's what
Gary's back in Extreme, and they put out an album last year that's pretty kick-ass, and I got to see them. When was it? November, I think, of last year. And Gary kills it, man. He is running around on stage. He's hitting all the high notes. Nuno was amazing. If you guys get to see Extreme, they're not too old, man. They are fun to see. And Nuno did an amazing couple of 2 or 3 nods to Eddie in his playing that was very heartfelt, very cool.
He's playing a Bumblebee guitar.
Occasionally. He didn't play it at mine, but at the show that I was at, but he's all Washburn otherwise.
Somebody was sending me photos of it. Somebody that was close to it was sending me pictures.
It is a Washburn Bumblebee.
Oh,
I think it is a Washburn.
It's a Washburn guitar painted like the Bumblebee.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, he's an amazing guitar player. Very different than Eddie, but he loved Eddie. And I think the band was thrilled for Gary when he went and did that, and they're like, hope it goes off without a hitch and everything, and it did not. But yeah, I think honestly, Tyler, I think all 3 of those first 3 albums of Extremes are so much fun. And then the 4th one gets they tried to go grunge. It was in 95. And Van Halen did too. I think Balance was their attempt at a grunge adjacent album.
Oh yeah. Don't tell me. Total grunge.
Right. That was kind of grunge or like Metallica, like dun 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 dun. That was a weird thing for Van Halen to do, to just go that heavy riff. They usually had something a little more dynamic, but that was just dun 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 dun. Even though that is Ron's favorite sound to come out of Van Halen. Dun 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 dun.
Run.
Yeah, Humans Being is a little grungy. Yeah, agreed.
Run.
But and then they put out 2 albums after he was with Van Halen. So check them out if you get to see Extreme. Yeah, excellent album. 3 Sides to Every Story is a great album.
Okay, Mike, let me ask you this, because You said that Van Halen did that Metallica type riff, which brings up a question I've asked Johnny before. Do you know? And it's 85. They didn't have Eddie on the song. Johnny listened to it and told me why he thinks he wasn't on it. Do you know the song Hearing Aid?
No, but I remember you guys talking about this last time.
Yeah,
it's a song called Hearing Aid, and there's a bunch of different guitar players on it.
Yeah, no, the band was called Hearing Aid. The project was called Hearing Aid.
The project,
Hearing Aid. Yeah, but the
like
songs,
a one-off project.
It was basically like a heavy metal version of We Are the World.
Yeah,
right.
It had Dio is the one, and Dio and Vivian Campbell were the two that got it going, and then they had like George Lynch, Craig Goldie, Neil Sean.
I didn't realize, by the way, that George Lynch was a real contemporary of early Van Halen before they even did their first album. In Greg Renoff's book, Van Halen Rising, those two were kind of competitors head to head. They were kind of in the same circle, Pasadena, Southern California area.
And that's what's funny, because if you watch an interview with George, he said when he saw Ed play for the first time, he's like, I went home all night, sat up all night.
Yeah.
How in the hell is he doing it? He said, he made me want to play better. And the funny part is everybody wants to say Eddie and Randy had this
contentious
rival.
Yeah.
But it was actually Eddie and George.
Right.
But I asked Johnny why, I couldn't understand why Eddie wouldn't be on that recording, and Johnny listened to it and said it was too heavy.
It may have been that it was too heavy. I think the other thing is that Eddie didn't do a ton of those kinds of things. He was shy. I thought he said at one point he would throw up before every live performance. He had some jitters.
We have breaking news. News regarding Van Halen 3. Followed me back on X.
Nice.
So they might be watching this.
Everybody,
you guys, we loved what you did.
Everything is perfect, and you made the.
Ron hasn't heard it though.
That's pretty cool.
No, the Hearing Aid.
I think
too
Eddie
heavy
might
for
have
Van
gone
Halen.
like, oh gosh,
too heavy.
Yeah, those were the shredders. Those were some of the real. Thrash metal being kind of the heavy metal of the day.
They even had Eddie Ojeda in there from Twisted Sister. And his part of the solo was just do. It wasn't. Wasn't. Yeah. So I think
I just
Eddie
wonder
could
if it
have
was
fit in there.
Socially, too much social anxiety for Eddie on that.
Do you have the link for that, Johnny?
No.
Johnny, you have the link for everything. Does Nightbot have it?
I'm running a show here, Ron. That's Janice's job.
Yeah, Janice can get on that.
Janice.
I don't know.
I think Janice left.
But speaking of, so wait, there was somebody from Metallica on Hearing Aid too?
No.
Okay.
But Spinal Tap, two from Spinal Tap were in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael
so,
McKean,
but speaking of Metallica, I was telling these guys before we started the show that I wanted to bring up, if you guys have ever, as Metallica fans, I'm sure some of the people in chat there are, in 2008, no, it was even before that, 2005, I want to say, Metallica put out Saint Anger, their first album with their new bass player, Robert Trujillo. And it was much maligned like Van Halen 3 mostly because the production was weirdly rough. They wanted it to sound like a garage band recorded this in a garage. And so more than anything, it was Lars's drums sounding atrocious, like he's beating on an upside down garbage can. So it was 2003 was Saint Anger. Thank you, Tyler. So in 2015, I think it was that many years later, somebody out there said, I can play all the riffs and I can actually sing and modulate my voice to sound like James Hetfield. And it was the worst snare tone of all time, Tyler says. And he played all the instruments, and he's like a perfect reimagining of an album. And he played it at the heavier, faster thrash style that younger Metallica would have played it in. I think
Mhm.
he cut 10 or 15 minutes off the full length of the album and played every song. And he sings the songs, and it sounds like James. It's pretty good. So I kind of was hoping that this thing, the Van Halen 3 thing, would have been something like that, where they said, no, let's really reimagine it from the recording of it and make it a cleaner recording, because I think Gary's vocals were done wrong. I think, I don't know, the original Mike Post mixing of this record, or not that Mike mixed it, but it just sounded so muddy and thrown together last minute. Eddie's doing some amazing stuff on Van Halen 3, and I feel like a lot of it gets lost in the mixing of the original album. So if you guys ever get a chance to check out, I think it's all on YouTube. You can download it some places. Saint Anger 2015, all is one word. And it looks like it says Stanger 2015. Look it up.
Let me ask you a question then, because see, this obviously I can't do this with Van Halen because Van Halen is burned into my head.
No, it's sacred, yeah.
With an album like Saint Anger, like whatever,
Yeah.
I've never, unless there was something commercially like a single that I've heard, I've
Yeah, there
never
were a
heard
couple.
it.
Yeah, I think the first two songs were
What was
singles.
that Fire song? Give me fuel,
Well, that's
give me
Fuel.
fire. Was that
That's
different?
Fuel. That's from the previous
Okay.
album or two, when they were still with their second bass player.
So I don't think I've heard Saint Anger. So as somebody that's never heard it,
Yeah.
would you suggest me listening to that first and then
No, I
hearing the
think
original, or
I think
would
you'd
it make
enjoy
much of a difference to me?
I think you'd enjoy the remake of it, because it sounds more like original. It's funny. The guy was like, I'm going to make this sound more like Metallica than Metallica did. And he succeeded. I was really impressed with it.
What did they think?
I don't know that they ever gave any kind of official anything. I don't know. They may have.
Nothing
it would be
really
cool
any
if they
good
gave it a
after
thumbs
the
up.
Black Album, anyhow. So.
Oh, but you are one who acknowledges the Black Album as good.
It's okay. I mean, yeah,
It's only it's too popular.
It's okay, but I mean, to me, it went against everything they quote stood for in the '80s.
Yeah, I'm glad we're keeping it exclusively Van Halen by talking about Metallica over here. But yes,
I know. Well, Metallica did tour with Van Halen.
They got old and they had to change what they were doing, and MTV was a thing, and you know.
Johnny, I sent you the link for the hearing aid.
And also, there's.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they like the ka-ching. They're four guys who enjoy that stuff.
I would too if I had some.
Oh, you know what? I got to run. I got to take this little doggy I've got over here to get his owner to pick him up. So I got to run. But thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Dude, Mr. Mike.
I will be back again sometime when that guy lets me on again. High five.
Wait, you can do this. Here.
Nice. Nailed it.
There we go. What are you doing Monday,
Right.
man? Maybe I'll see you Monday.
Yeah, I may be around.
I'll
We'll
be up
see.
there.
All right, guys. I'm going to head out.
Later.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Mr. Mike, you guys. See, he is a real person. You know? There you go. What do you guys think? Smash that subscribe, you guys. Smash that thumbs up. We were actually talking before we even started the show. Sprinkling in some of the ramblings that I give you guys. Help us get to 12K on YouTube. We're really trying, you know. And if you'd like to help support the channel in other ways, PayPal is a way you can do that. PayPal.me/JohnnyBean. We're live on Facebook, supposedly. I think. Are we? I don't know.
I haven't seen anything from Chris King yet, so maybe not.
Well, I forgot to see. I need at least 2 more hands. Oh, there we are. Oh, Cheryl's over there. Cheryl's okay. All right, there we go. Okay, we're over there. Oh yeah, Forrest McKinnon is over there. Hey, Thomas is over there. Scott. Oh, Scott's over there too. Good, you guys. So we're live on Facebook, as you can see. We're also live on Twitch. You can help support the channel with Twitch bits. This is a podcast on Spotify. You know, we are on X, where what was it? Regarding Van Halen. Regarding Van Halen 3 followed us. Thank you, guys. And we're basically everywhere there is. exclamation point S in the chat. We'll give you guys all the links. So, yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Taking an album that unfortunately the majority of the fan base, didn't really respond to, positively, and the thing is, I mean, that's really what I meant when I was saying earlier how they took they took Edward's total, vocal out of that one song, and I thought, yeah, it's kind of disrespectful to do that, but hey, I mean, anybody, fan edits, you can do whatever you want, but it is interesting to give you a different take on something, and that's why I was saying, hey, this Metallica album I've never heard, so maybe if I were to listen to some revamped one that a fan did, but they thought they made it better, if I was to listen to that and
Saint
then listen,
Anger, you're not missing much with Saint Anger. So
I've never heard it. I've never heard that. But remixing or re-recording albums back in the day, was unheard of. Nowadays, and I know you guys hate it when I talk about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift went and she re-recorded all her records and totally outsold the original versions of her albums with newer ones. And so don't be shocked if Metallica or your favorite heavy metal band does the same thing because of what she did.
Well,
because that's the thing.
Two of the three of mine can't do it. So
that's the thing is you get some record deal and things aren't happening, whatever. It's with songwriting, with music, it's all about publishing. It's all about the writers. It's about who wrote the stuff. It's not necessarily about, I can play the fastest guitar ever. It's not about that.
Best in your area.
Being the best in your area. It's about who's the one that wrote those, that progression. It's all about writing is what it is, and publishing. And I learned all that stuff when I was living at Desmond Child's house, because we were going to make a record, and it's all about points on an album and all
Russell,
that stuff.
The day that never comes.
Huh?
He's talking about a Metallica.
Okay. I've never heard that. So should I listen to the fan edit version of that or the original one?
Well, they didn't do that one. That's off Death Magnetic.
The edit that never happens. We took most of the song out of that one.
The whole song. We just kept the title.
Should I just put on a record that has nothing? That's just, you put it on and it's just like the air, the sound of the.
That's all you hear. Yeah. New Death Magnetic.
Oh
remixed.
God. Okay.
By the deaf guy.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. Wait a minute. Lewis. Oh yeah, I had that guy on my show, man. I know him. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's there's very few everybody wants to be an Eddie Van Halen clone, me included. There's very few that can actually do that. There's Jim, and there's our buddy Paco. He's one of the closest. If you were to if our buddy Paco, you guys know, if he was to send me a tape of him playing, and if he were to be like, hey, this is actually Eddie, I would actually have to listen to it a few times. Most people you hear it and you're like right away, nah, that's not him. You can tell.
So would Paco fit in the Hagar tour that's coming up then?
I would be thrilled if he was in that. That would be amazing. Because Paco is an awesome dude. He actually messaged me yesterday a couple times. He sent me some recordings of stuff that he's doing. But hey, speaking about the Hagar tour that's coming up, looking forward to that, man. That's gonna be amazing.
You and Laz are going there, right?
We are. Yep. Yep. And actually, Mr. Mike, the guy that just left, he's going to be there too. Same show.
Cool. There you go.
Yeah. So we'll go live from that, you guys. We'll have a great time. Let's see. Yeah. Any comments? Drop some comments. Okay. So pretty interesting. The Van Halen 3 thing. Like I said, unfortunately for me, you took, some of the parts they took out. Like, to me, it was very noticeable. And like I said, though, Van Halen 3 really, it was a weird time for me when that album came out. So when I hear it, I mean, it's just, a movie, a song totally takes you back to a certain time in your life.
Oh, yeah.
So, and Van Halen 3, very, 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 very big for me. But great job, though, you guys. That was very interesting. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, we'll do a couple hours tonight. What do you guys think? I think so. We've got a giveaway coming up. EVH guitar picks. If you want to win these, all you got to do is participate in the chat, the live chat, wherever you're watching from.
Participation.
Yeah, participation. X, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. One of those places. Say something in the chat.
I gotta admit though, why can't this be love? Sounds great in these.
I'm sure it does.
It
well,
does.
You're just saying that because you like those headphones.
Anything sounds
cool.
great.
Well, thing is, why can't this be love? That synth, that keyboard. I mean, you listen to that, and it's stereo. You hear that, and you hear it's almost like a knocking. It's like a knocking and like a reverb.
What's weird because these KRK speakers and the sub, after so long of inactivity, they like go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stand there and do this, and it comes in on the sub. Then it's 1, 2, and it sounds just like that beginning of that song. Like you hear it, and hear it again. It's like, oh man.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, I mean seriously, through heavies, everything sounds great.
Yeah, not sponsored, by the way.
No, we're not. Sponsored.
Unless they're listening. These
Heavy.
headphones are kind of breaking. I've gone through. I can't tell you how many pairs of headphones during these shows. I'm gonna have to check those out though, man, because you keep saying how great they are and always looking. Oh, by the way, we're doing unboxing. Somebody mailed me something. I got something in the mail here.
Uh-oh.
Unboxing ASMR.
Sounds like paper.
I know. Okay, so we'll open this in a few. Let's do one more. Let's do one more Van Halen story here. Let's.
Well, I got a question for you, Johnny.
Yes.
If you could take just one Van Halen song and have it completely remixed, which one would it be? I don't any era.
Completely remixed. So does that mean I have to have an issue with the mix of the song?
Not necessarily. Just, I mean, you may or may not like it, or you like it, but it could be better, or...
Got it. Okay. Okay. I don't know where this stuff came from. People send me this stuff, you guys. And again, I appreciate you guys. I mean, this is the Van Halen show. I mean, it says right there. Somebody sent me 75 Van Halen tracks. Supposedly it was called like the Ted Templeman demos, or I don't know what it was. One of those tracks, and again, these aren't like totally complete songs. Maybe some of them are complete songs. I think some of them are. Some of them aren't. And it's a whole it's a bunch of like some are like demos, and some are are like tracks that are like pulled up that you don't hear in like the finished product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one song that I can think of where if it could be remixed, let's say, if I had access to the stems, as we were talking earlier, if I had access to the entire stems of what was recorded for certain songs, one of them in particular is the song Unchained. Okay, because there is a track. I have it. And unfortunately, because of copyright, I can't play it on here. But I do have it's like a minute or something of Unchained. And there's another guitar that was recorded in that you don't hear in the finished song.
But is it in the finished song, just mixed down, or is it not in it at all?
I don't think it's in it at all.
Okay.
And I hear it. I hear it in this thing that I have. And I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. Like, when I hear that guitar, and some of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but when I hear that, it makes me think, I wonder if this was like the actual guitar for that, and if the actual riff, the dun 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 dun, if that was added later from what I'm hearing. Because when I hear this, I'm like, what I'm hearing here could be like what the actual idea of the song could have been. Because what they do, and Ron, you know this, you've been in the studio, when you go on to track music, I mean, the number one rule of going to the studio, unless you're Fleetwood Mac or somebody, the number one rule is to go into the studio, and you don't want to be writing in the studio. No. You want to go in there, you want to know exactly what you're recording, because it costs, you're paying by the hour.
Yeah.
So most bands, when you get into a studio, you want to know exactly what you're doing. And that's the number one rule. And yeah, there were some songs that were written in the studio. I think Jamie's Crying was actually written in the studio, and there's other ones. And of course, if you get your own studio, if you build your own, such as what I'm doing right now, I can go in there, I can write all day in there, dude, we'll be doing shows where we're writing songs on the spot, it'll be great. We'll be building guitars, writing songs on them.
Writing songs, building guitars.
It'll be cool. It'll be cool. So, anyway, when I heard this one particular track, and Ron, once we're off the air, I'll play this for you so you can hear it. It's Unchained.
We used to play. We did Ain't Talking About Love and Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't play it now if I had to because I haven't played it in 30 some years. Mm-hmm. But we did used to do that song.
Cool. So I'll play you the track once we're off the air here. I'll play this for you, and you can give me your opinion on what you think.
Okay.
I think it's almost like the guitar that I'm hearing. That sounds like a demo guitar. That, like, possibly that was put down first, and then the main riff that we all know and love was put down later. But what I did hear a long time ago was Edward did write that song on the piano. So what if in the stems and on the actual tape, what if there's an actual piano or keyboard of that riff buried in there, or that was never pulled up? That's possible, because another reason I think that is because there's actually another song off Fair Warning. I want to say it's So This Is Love. So This Is Love actually has an electric piano part that you don't hear in the finished song, but it is there because I've heard it. I've heard the isolated track of it. It's very cool. So I would think some of these other tunes, like Unchained, could have, a electric keyboard in there that was never, that was, just put away.
I know when we went, the first real studio we were at. That's the one where Steve Vai and David Lee Roth showed up.
Wait. Who showed up for that?
Mr. Steve. While I was trying to record a solo. You talk about intimidation.
This guy right here?
Johnny.
Huh?
Hey, Johnny. I'm over here.
What? Where are you?
Over here. Over here, Johnny.
Oh.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing? This is Steve.
Steve Vai? No way. So you met Steve Vai?
Yeah, him and Dave. Our drummer was having trouble. Our drummers never played the click track before, so talking about spending money in the studio per hour. when they
Was he taking guitar lessons or was he taking drum lessons at the same time in the studio while you're trying to record?
Well, he was with the click track. That was throwing him all off. I think we wasted like 3 hours. But then once we got it going, he wanted to put chorus effect on the cymbals. So they added that, and it sounded good. Then I'm like, but we can't do that live. You don't have a chorus pedal for every one of your cymbal microphones. So, and again, there was another hour wasted, and this was like $600 an hour back then.
I don't think you would even hear that.
Well, in the
depends
mix,
on the venue.
Yeah. But
if you're playing a nice venue, nice sound system, yes. If you're playing some bar somewhere, I don't think you're going to hear a chorus on a cymbal.
Well, but it sounded neat in the studio, but it's like, and I'm sitting there. I was the guy with the watch going, hello.
You guys, I'm paying for this.
But yeah, it was. I was sitting there trying to record a solo to the song, and I hear, "Oh, come on, you can do it better," or something like that. And I turn around, and there's Steve Vai on the microphone behind the board, and I was just like, okay.
Did you know who he was, like, right away?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You probably didn't know his voice, but you probably turned around and you saw him.
I saw him and David Lee Roth standing there talking to Mark, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing here?" Then I was just like completely flustered. I couldn't play anything. It's like, yeah, I'm going to try to do something in front of Steve Vai. That ain't going to happen.
Chris King is saying Facebook's not working today. That's why he's not here.
Chris
King, let me see. Okay, it says we're live on...
Good day, mate.
It says we're live on Facebook, and I saw it. Let me look. Dude, what I would have done if Steve Vai walks in...
Well, I walked in and handed him the guitars. Here, you record it. He's like, I could, but I'm not going to.
You know what's funny is, I'm always dropping the name Desmond Child, right? He was also Steve Vai's manager at a time. Like, that Steve Vai album, Alien Love Secrets, that cover where he's covered in silver. I think a part of the video of him saying, Johnny, he talks to me about Desmond, and I think he says something about this. I'll play this for you guys at some point. What's funny is I did a lot of tracking at Desmond's studio, and you never know. We could have had the same experience. Steve could have walked in, because one of the other guys, before I got there, the rest of the band that I was working with one day, they were all there in the studio, and Steve Stevens came over. And Steve Stevens was basically playing for them. Like, I heard about this later when I showed up. They're like, hey, Steve Stevens was here, And I was like, oh, no way,
Yeah, I was just, yeah, and you're, at the time, let's see, 87. Let's see, I was 20... 22, 23. So yeah, I was a little.
You don't lie about your age around here, do you?
Yeah, no, I was starstruck.
I don't either.
Yeah. Okay. Folks, I know his real age.
I'm gonna prove to you guys what I actually.
He's older than me.
Let me prove to you guys.
He's 15 years older than me. Johnny don't look bad for 73, does he?
I don't. I'm telling you this. Here, where is that? Anyway, keep going. Here, I'll take an actual. I'll take an actual.
It was just. You're starstruck. Then you realize what you're trying to do with him standing there, and it's like. I just got flustered. It was like all of a sudden I couldn't even tune a guitar if I had to. And it was, then of course you go in and shake their hand and say hi and everything to them. But then you start talking to them and, you calm down. Then I went in and recorded. I did do 3 takes on it, though, and he picked the second one. I figured if he picked it out of the three, then it's better than what I could have picked.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, see what I heard was, it's funny, man, because hang on, let me log out of this. It's funny because what I had heard was that I don't know if this is true. I mean, I heard this, maybe that a lot of these guys they comp a lot of their parts and their solos. And I do know this as far as vocal. Like, I've seen it happen. When I was in the studio with Desmond, our singer would come in. Desmond would be sitting, in his chair, and the singer would sing a line, and then Desmond would say, try this, try that, And then afterwards, we would watch our engineer, and Desmond would tell the engineer, okay, so take the first word from track, from take 3, but take the second syllable from this word from take 7.
Yeah.
And he would, what's called comping, and you put them together.
Yeah.
You basically create a totally new performance of all these different performances. And I've seen it happen. See, that's why, if you're involved in that, that's why you can hear the edits. That's what I was saying about earlier about, editing, people editing a bunch of songs
when
together.
we did it,
you can totally. Yeah.
When we did it, it was on a Studer 2-inch tape machine, which there was only 2 in the country at the time, the one we were on and one in 5150 Studios. So, but doing it on tape, it's now it's a lot easier, all digital, everything. You can just punch it in, that was it. But, I mean, I remember seeing them sit there and go, just, wait, I had that wrong, and back up and do it again so they get it right. And some of them do the solos, because what will happen is they'll have 3 different solos or more for one particular song. And then what eventually will happen is the producer sitting there and saying, well, I like this part from that solo and this part from that solo, and make them meet in the middle. And then you write another part for it. So you basically create a whole new solo out of 3 or 4 or 5. They piece it together, then the guitar player has to learn the whole new, even though it's his solo originally, but it's actually 3 or 4 or 5 solos combined into one.
That's what happened with the guitar solo for Jump. Those are 2 different takes, and you hear it. You hear them slightly. You hear the tapping part of Jump. You hear it slightly overlap the last note of the part before that.
Yes, Louis.
Yes,
but
Louis.
it's a lot easier to. It's a lot.
I saw that guy in the escalator at NAMM one time. He was writing it like this. Not kidding. I did see him though. I was there. Okay.
Because I can do that now with the DAW I have here. A hell of a lot easier than we did in 87.
Oh, dude, you can do in a DAW, dude. You can do anything. You can do anything these days. Back in the day, it still takes talent to do it. Back in the day, though, those guys that were actually cutting tape, I mean, that's talent, what they were doing, because to do those edits, to be able to not hear that stuff,
yeah, those guys were worth every penny they got.
That's incredible. By the way, we got 46 entries for the guitar picks.
Cool.
So if you guys want to win these, we'll do the giveaway. We'll do a solid 2 hours tonight. So according to my clock, well, we started a little late. According to my clock, we're at an hour 34 right now.
Yeah, so we got 27 minutes to go.
So we'll do another 30 minutes ish for you guys. So don't forget to smash that thumbs up. We got 26 thumbs ups. We're at about 215 views live right now on YouTube.
Cool.
Thank you, guys. Let's see.
How many people did we have last night watching us play Call of Duty?
I don't remember. 25?
Yeah. What was the one night? It was like 50 some or 60?
We got up to like 50. Are we taking calls?
Is that last?
No. It's Australia.
Uh-oh. Hey, mate.
Okay, we're gonna take a call. This is long distance. We got long distance calling here. right?
Calling from tomorrow.
Hey, what's the sports numbers for tomorrow?
The Brisbane Lions are going to win. Okay, just tip them.
The Brisbane Lions?
Yeah, it's a team I bag for out here, mate.
You guys know Chris King, right? Chris King.
I couldn't get on the show, so I thought I'd give you a call and say hello.
Chris King.
G'day, Ron. How are you, mate?
Chris
What's
King.
happening, Chris?
It's the Ronnie and Johnny show.
Yeah.
Well, it's his show. It should be Johnny and Ronnie.
I just thought I'd call in and say hello again. I couldn't get a hold of you on Facebook, so there we go. Look, I'm in the bush, man.
That's what she said.
That's what we call the sticks, okay? So, yeah, I'm out in the bush.
Out in the bush. Right
Yeah,
on. Oh, we had you on the laptop that other time. We could actually see you and hear you that time.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
way is really strange.
Yeah, but I'm out in the forest, man.
Are you
But
wearing
yeah.
pants?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
For once I am, yes. I don't like to wear them all the time, you know. How are you, Ron? How are
No
you, buddy?
kidding.
I know I can't hear your voice, Ron, but g'day, mate. Good to see you,
Good
man.
day,
There he is.
Yeah.
Chris.
But I just want to let you know I'm watching the show, okay? I'm not watching. I just couldn't get through on Facebook for some reason, but that's okay.
How are you watching this? Oh, you're watching this through here.
Yeah.
You see me right now. Look at this. I'm live, man. Look at this. You're getting like an exclusive tour, dude.
Hey, you got to show him the desk.
It's home. Wow. I get to see what happens in the background.
You see Ned actually pushing the buttons back here.
Ned's on board.
You can actually meet Kevin. This is Kevin.
Oh, hello, Kevin.
This is actually Kevin right here.
G'day, Kevin. Nice to meet you, brother.
There we go. I got him
like
in
that.
Las Vegas. He followed
that's
me home from TwitchCon.
Hey, wanna
But
see
you
my
lost
car?
your volume
Look at my
hat.
car, Look.
I know, I did. Oh, that's your car.
Yeah, that's my car, man.
Oh, nice.
Woohoo! Yeah. Yeah, I'm just cruising around, mate, and keeping out of trouble, and looking after the kangaroos and all the animals.
Look out for those guys.
No, it's all right, mate. There's some behind me actually. But they're down in the bush there. I saw them before, so they're down there somewhere.
I got to turn my camera off for a second. Oh, right on. Here, I'll just do this. We're still here though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me ask you a question though. Are the
Yeah, mate.
Are the what do you call it? The pouches? Do the kangaroos actually have pouches? And is it really like
Yeah,
like
the
sticky in
female
there and
ones
gooey?
Yeah, the female ones have pouches, and so do wombats. They have pouches too.
Are the kangaroos born in the pouches?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, Mike,
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
who you just came back to, but we're talking pouches.
Yeah,
I was watching the whole time.
The Johnny B show.
Talking
Talk about
pouches.
pouch.
Exclusively kangaroos.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're talking about everything here. That's why it's the best channel.
Tell them this is the best channel, isn't it?
It's the best bloody channel. If you don't watch it, you're lost.
Yeah, that's right.
Sky prop.
But if they're not watching, they didn't hear
Yeah.
you say that.
Oh yeah.
It's bloody cold down here at the moment, Johnny.
Yeah, dead of winter down there.
Dude.
It's really cold here.
Dude.
Freeze the balls off a brass monkey, mate.
Oh my gosh.
Serious, it does. It's just cold as.
No,
You gotta
seriously, it happens.
put them in the pouch.
That's right, mate. Put them in the pouch and they can't go anywhere. That's right. Just like a drink, mate. Imagine the kangaroos jumping around with a beer in their pouch. That's what I'd be doing.
Foster's.
But yeah, it's good to see your studio's coming along good, man. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's good. You
Oh
seem happy
yeah.
about it.
You'll see it. You'll see it, man.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Rock and roll. I'll leave you to it, all right? I don't want to hog up too much of your time,
Oh yeah. Dude,
all right?
thank
I
you
love
again,
you
man.
guys.
Dude, I'll send these off too, man. I got them. Those what do you call them? Those dolls that you sent.
Camera, what's going on?
Good.
Those.
Where do you go off cam?
That's awesome. I put a bit of Van Halen in them too. I put a bit of confetti on the back of them, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta send those to Ron.
Do you have to change his pants? What happened?
I send it to certain people, but you send them to whoever you want.
Someone
okay?
came in.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Okay, man.
Yeah, the mailman came home. Okay. Dude, Great to see you. Thank you so much, man.
I love you guys, bro.
There he is. Chris King, you guys.
Later, Chris.
Australia.
Australia, man.
Yeah. All right.
Rock
Blimey.
and roll.
No, wait, that's British.
You know,
Rock out.
I don't drink beer, but if I did, I'd want to have one with that
Peace
guy.
out.
I know, right?
Chris, you guys know Chris King.
Australian people are fun, man.
That's not
I'm
a
sure
knock.
there's plenty of jerks, but I haven't met them.
Uh-huh. There we go.
Yeah, I just thought I'd pop back in because I was only gone for a little while, and you guys were still going when I came back. So,
Oh, yeah. We're talking kangaroo pouches and
well, I tried
sorts of
sending the
fun
Saint
things.
Anger re-recording link in chat, but I think it may have not let me put a link in
oh, yeah. Yeah.
chat. But
Yeah,
I can
but-
post it to the Discord if you guys are interested in that.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, the Discord, man. We're trying to get people
Or
up
what's the best place to post stuff like that for Johnny Bean TV?
there. I don't know. Twitter?
Are a lot of these guys in your Discord?
No, none of them.
Oh,
No.
I thought,
It's only you and me and Ron in the Discord. Nobody's in there.
No, Majestic.
well, I thought you don't have a Johnny Bean TV official Discord channel.
Oh, no, we do. Oh, the
Get
channel?
in there, people.
Oh, no, we do. We have like a What Are You Listening To channel in there.
Right,
Or like
but everybody,
share like,
everybody in the chat can go to your Discord server.
oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. They
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. So,
Although I've been
so,
trying to
yeah.
get them to do that for 5 years, but
well,
yeah.
I tell you, man, people don't know Discord, but Discord is popping off. People use it like crazy. See, Janice is in the Discord.
We have a great time in the
If
Discord.
you don't know what Discord is, you're falling behind. Download it and check it out, and talk to your friends, see who has it.
Yeah.
You can talk to Johnny
Free-
Bean himself
free
directly.
long distance calling, basically.
Exactly.
We're in there every night. Every
Yeah.
night when we're playing video games live on Twitch, we talk to each other through the Discord channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's better than having to do it through the video game because then you might have to listen to other kids playing
Oh,
horrible music on Call of Duty.
Oh, you remember that? Yeah. That was terrible.
It was just the cool trap music of the day, and I'm just not into it.
That was awful. Wait, so you can play Call of Duty with us too?
I have, Johnny,
Okay.
multiple times.
You got to jump in there again. We're in there
I know,
every
it's-
night.
I know. Yeah, I've been
Midnight
doing
Eastern.
early. I was asleep by 11 last night, if you can believe it.
Wow.
So not a lot of late nights for me lately.
Mike, you got to hear that hearing aid. It's called Hearing Aid Stars.
Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stars. I've heard that. Wait, let
I'm
me
just
let
gonna
me
Google it.
Oh, I sent Johnny the link in Facebook Messenger.
I'll put it
Facebook
in the chat.
Messenger. Why don't we just send it in AOL Instant Messenger? Why don't we do IRC chat?
Oh my gosh. Or what was that
I found
first
it,
one
though.
I used to have?
What
something-
that I said?
No, there was one of those programs. That's what I tried using way back. It wasn't IRC chat.
Oh, yeah, I was saying
Fire
AOL Instant Messenger.
Fire Talk. Was it Fire
Talking about
Talk?
Firefox?
No, Fire Talk.
I don't really remember that one.
It was one of the first. What was that called?
I was all over AOL in the old days.
There he is. He put it in there, Mike.
Fire Talk. What was that? And anyway, it was one of those programs you had to download,
Yeah.
and then you could call each
Yeah.
other through your computer.
Oh man, that was way in the
IRC.
future.
IRC was
Guy
like
Prop's
another.
mentioning ICQ. Was it ICQ?
ICQ. ICQ was another one where it made like a little like whistle sound. You turn on.
I miss all
and
that, man. I miss the guy saying "You've got mail" and the
This was 99, 2000, 2001 era.
IRC is still real. It's called Twitch. Discord, actually, yeah, Discord. I don't know. Discord's a cool new thing that it's been around a few years, but I think it's caught up. Like you went to when you were at TwitchCon, or you went to TwitchCon, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Discord like it's like hand in hand with Twitch streamers and
yeah,
you know, all streamers like you.
With gaming, with doing
Gaming.
streaming gaming, you have to use a Discord channel to talk to each other. You have to.
Yeah, it's great. So but I think it's a great place for us to share links like the ones we're talking about here, like Hearing Aid and my Saint Anger one. I'll post it in there. Born in '99, Tyler. Man, you did miss out on some stuff. The heyday of, but you know what you'd missed out on was a long dial-up noises before you even got online. Yeah, oh my God.
Anybody that grew up with the internet and it was already happening and cool and it's normal, you guys have no clue about the crap we had to go through. No clue.
Waded through the mud so that you could run. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You have no idea the crap that we had to deal with.
Remember Web TV?
Yes. That was a flash in the pan that came and went. It was basically you were browsing the internet on your television through your cable box. And it was like, wow, I'm surfing the web. And it was like, this is much easier to do on a computer. So I think I'll go over there.
Yeah. And a month later, it was over.
And it was too expensive, I think, too.
Yeah. That's like the first cell phone. $8,000 and $80 a minute.
Right. I always wanted that cell phone case that would look like Eddie's guitar. Well, for my Nokia 2100 or whatever it was called.
My first cell phone was the bag phone in the car, and every time it looked like I was calling in an airstrike somewhere.
Yeah, you hold it up like this.
Which, you know, hey.
What time is it?
I have to do that tonight on Call of Duty. Calling an airstrike.
You know what? I think I mentioned this before. Oh, yeah. Is it time to do that?
I'll
just tell a quick story.
In about 5 minutes. He'll tell a quick story. In about 5 minutes, we'll do the giveaway for this.
I think I told this before, but when around 1995, when I was first getting into Van Halen, there was the internet was a zygote. It was barely even around yet. Yeah. And I was trying to learn about my Van Halen stuff. Listening to it on the radio is one thing, but I couldn't download it. I couldn't go to Spotify and check it out and research. But there was like, I forget the name of the company, but you could order. It was like Columbia House or one of those kind of places where you could buy music, but you could sample. You could listen to a 15 or 30-second clip on the phone.
You would call, yeah.
I would dial in, and it would say like, for the name of the artist, start typing it in, and you know, it was like movie phone, but it was for music.
What year was that?
I think that was 95. The year I was doing that because I was like
the 1-900 number.
It was free. It was an 800 because they're trying to get you to buy this stuff, right?
That was a Van Halen.
They're like, I was listening to "And the Cradle Will Rock" like through a telephone line, going, "This song is awesome. I gotta get."
It sounded like this.
Man.
It actually sounded like. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think
I was jazzed, man. I was super excited about it.
I think around the same time, Tower Records did have like the headphones.
Oh yeah.
They had the sampling stations where you could go and you could put on these horrible headphones that aren't whatever those are, and they're like nasty
heavies.
They're not heavies, and you could put them on and you could push and you could listen to. You could skip through like an album.
Yeah, in fact, that's how I discovered the band Train back in the late 90s. Because I'll tell you guys, I think Train is a really not my kind of pop band now. But those first 2-3 albums, really good. And so I was just listening to like recommendations they had up in Tower Records. And I was like, this is good. I'm going to get this. I remember doing it through that. They sold me a record through that. Not 1985, that's Zach. Cool. It was 95. Oh, you're an 85 baby. Got it, Zach.
Oh wow.
Train has some guilty pleasure tunes. Yeah. I think around 2002 they started jumping the shark a little bit for me.
Huh. I will say though,
from the Bay Area.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I will say, as far as the internet and discovering the internet, I discovered the internet because of Van Halen, really, because
And their website.
I was walking out. I had bought the tour book at Mountain View
Yeah.
at Shoreline. I was walking
or
out
the Balance album.
for the Balance
Or the Balance tour. Yeah.
I was walking out, looking through that, and at the very back page, it says visit Van Halen on the World Wide Web, and it was a Warner Brothers
You're like,
site.
what?
It was like Warner Brothers, you know, blah blah blah
Van
.com
Halen, yeah.
slash blah blah htttt blah 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 numbers blah blah blah
I
whatever.
remember it being a Van Halen.
Van. Well, eventually it became Van Halen, which is
HTTP semicolon /
their official site now is Van Halen. But
Oh, it is. Okay, never mind.
yeah, but I remember walking out being like, "Hey, what's this internet thing? I can get more Van Halen?
Yeah.
That'd be great." And then
I
I
think we
ended up
talked
going
about the little music videos that were this big.
the song
3
that
by
they
3
left out of
pixels.
that edit once. The only
Right, that
Van
was
Halen
for Van
3
Halen
song
3.
that was officially redone. Because if you watch that video, it's a remix
It's a
song.
different
Like,
mix.
there's more
Yeah.
stuff. There's more keyboards in it.
But it's a terrible compression. It sounds like if you were to download it now and listen to it, it would be horrible.
It was like this. It was like you guys
my
compared
video.
to me.
If that, it's like the size of one of my glasses frames.
It's like this. It's like that thing up there,
Yeah.
which you guys should scan actually if you want to help support the channel.
Okay, I'm on it.
But yeah, you guys know
What
the
happens
internet.
when I scan that? PayPal.
There you go.
I think he's going to send us money.
Johnny's paying for subs.
Uh huh.
Well, now it won't give it to me.
See, that's how I know all those guys do that because I know about this stuff, man. I know how this stuff works.
We have 80,000 people watching.
Okay, where are we? Oh, look at this. Okay, let's do the giveaway, you guys. There we go. EVH guitar picks. Who wants them?
I'm going to win.
You're gonna win. Okay,
Can't
so
use
we're
on the show twice.
we're
in one
we're
day.
using we're using the StreamYard giveaway tool. So most likely
Peggy.
I
I
will
love the
I will
StreamYard
win them.
giveaway tool.
We have 50 entries. All right. Where's the thing out? Giveaway winners. Okay.
Every
By the way,
dad band 5 years older than me. Good point, Russell. Drops of Jupiter kind of was the beginning of the end for me.
EVH guitar picks.
Peggy.
Yeah, congrats, Peggy, says Skyprop. She's already won it.
Wait a minute. I forgot. I have an unboxing. Let's open this.
Oh, shoot.
Let's
More
open this.
content.
This was sent in from Frankie's Vintage EVH Art Guitars.
Uh-oh.
Holy moly.
That's
Too
where
small
this came
for a guitar.
That's where this came from.
Well, you gotta
I know what that
build
is.
it. You got to package. You got to.
I know what that is.
Put it together.
Why I asked you why you would put them on.
Whoa. No way. There's a few things in here, man. Wow, look at these.
Nice.
Look at that.
They're laminated too.
They're laminated. Whoa.
That's a beautiful one.
I remember when I first saw this in the magazine. Satriani was on the cover, and I couldn't believe it. The first day I first saw this ad, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Look at that.
Is that when he finally went over to his own brand, or is that still a
No,
Music
this is
Man?
that is a Music Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, these are all Music Man. These are all.
Oh, got it.
This was a cover of a guitar for the Practicing Musician, August '91. That's an ad there. This was an ad. This was the first ad that was released.
Yeah.
Right
Cool.
here. So, dude,
And that's all 1991, 92?
that's all '91.
Got
And
it.
then look at this. Look at this.
Nice.
There you go. Frankie's Vintage
Cool.
That's
EVH
awesome.
Art Guitars. Dude, thanks for sending this, man. Oh, I get it. This Frankie's. This is in the Kramer font.
Yeah.
Like Kramer. It has the A taken out, like on Eddie's, like the beak neck. Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Dude, thank you so much for sending this stuff in, man. Dude, thank you so much. Frankie's Vintage EVH Art Guitars. Thank you for sending that in. Dudes. Very nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
52 entries. We got 2 more people typing in there. Let's just make sure that I'm typed in there. Type.
Everybody, if you're watching this right now, say something in the chat. Get in there.
Something in the
Say
chat.
anything you want. Say anything. Everybody. Oh, Peggy is here.
Oh, of course.
Do we even need to spin?
Just give it to her.
Exactly. Just go straight to her.
Mike, when we're off the air, I'll tell you something funny, man. I'll tell you something funny. It has to do with giveaways. It has to do with giveaways.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say it on the thing here, but
Is it about how many I've won when I wasn't watching?
you'll actually understand what I'm gonna say to you. You'll totally understand it because it's local. It's local to our area. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this. Can we get 30? Can we get 30 thumbs ups? Smash that thumbs up, you guys.
I didn't even
Smash it.
smash the thumbs up yet.
Smash it. Log into your trolling Johnny Bean accounts and smash
Guys, are you
that
telling
thumbs
me there's
up.
only 7 thumbs up? What's the matter? You guys don't know how to smash a thumbs up?
Smash it. There we go. This is 28.
I dare you guys to smash the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's a 20. I had to refresh it. It was only at 7 last time I looked.
Oh, maybe I should refresh. Oh, now it says 29.
Nice.
Okay. All right. The winner is. You guys ready to congratulate Peggy? Here we go. The winner is. The winner is. Ah! No way! But wait, you're on the show.
What did I tell you? Yes.
Twice in one night.
Twice
Twice in one night.
Oh no! That's why I hate using this thing.
By the way, that picture was taken like 15 years ago. Look at that chiseled jaw that I
Is that
don't
you?
have anymore. It's supposed to be me.
How is that?
Thought that was an AI version of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, with hair. Thanks, Lewis. Thanks for the congrats.
Is it okay if we
I've already
spin
got
again?
those picks. It's
You've already
mandatory.
won because you're
Spin it
actually
again.
here. You're actually here, so you've
here.
already won.
I already
All
feel
right.
like a winner.
Okay. All right. All right, here we go again. This is crazy, man. That's why I hate using this thing because it always does something weird.
Do it me again.
Music
Oh, that was
Stream.
close.
Music Stream is the winner.
Well, where's Music Stream? Are they here?
Music Stream. Music Stream, are you here?
Paging Music Stream. Music Stream.
Lars had them taken away.
I know Music Stream, so I'll text them. I know.
there you
them.
go.
I actually know them. So
What an
I'll-
odd
I'll-
name that their parents gave them. Mr.
Music
and Mrs.
Stream.
Stream.
They could have been named Yellow.
Music Stream. Okay, I'm starting to feel bad. I have one single pick sitting here on the desk. We'll spin one more time.
You're going to give that one away?
Yes, we'll do that. So we'll do.
Sean, you want to do the pick a number? I drove myself crazy picking
We'll do
numbers with
this.
guy.
We'll do this. Okay, we'll do one more and let it land on Peggy. Okay, here we go.
Bueller.
The winner of this one guitar pick is
Peggy.
Johnny Bean. Oh.
Al
Thornton.
Thornton. Al
With the
Thornton.
matching logo or matching
Yeah, Avatar.
avatar.
There you go. Al Thornton. This is his avatar is perfect for this pick. It's the same thing.
That's a good point, Johnny.
Yeah,
I hadn't
we
thought
just
of
said that, Johnny.
It's exactly the same. Like we can probably
2 minutes later.
I can probably match it up. I can probably like totally match it up to that somehow.
I'm telling you, those little, what do they call those? Cat tongue
Max Grip.
grooves on the pick.
Max Grip is what they technically call it.
I love them. And they're, the ones I have, I don't know if they're the same as those. They're just the right thickness. Like, they feel really good. Those are cool.
Al Thornton, you're the winner. Okay.
Big Al. Do you guys ever see that? There's like I don't know if it's a one-off place or a chain called Alan Ed's mechanic shop or something. Have you ever seen that, Johnny?
To here? No.
Yeah, it's somewhere. I want to say it's around here, but I'm always like, Alan Ed's, they got a side business going, man.
Dude.
Or Ed and Al's or something like that.
Okay,
that was exciting, you guys.
Leaf Studio. That was very exciting. You guys, look at this. We're at 2 hours. Thank you for watching, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Ron Gunner.
Ron, play us out.
Okay.
There he goes.
That's what I did to Robbie.
Oh.
On accident.
Uh-huh.
Although he didn't believe me.
Dan, who are you calling Frau Bluka?
What? Good night.
That's a Young Frankenstein reference. See, I know movies.
Wow, I haven't seen that movie since it came out.
I haven't seen it at all.
What?
It's worth watching, boys.
No,
Again, Discord movie night.
I've seen parts of it. We got to do that Discord movie night. We got to do that.
We got to watch the wildlife.
What we got to watch Wildlife. That's right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm itching. You guys rock. Technically, I think next scheduled show is Friday, Talking Guitars, but you might see us before then. Who knows?
You might see Johnny pop up on a random outing in his life.
Yeah, like yesterday, I was at Guitar Center.
Wild.
It was cool. All right, you guys.
Zach, you know I love your sign of the devil.
Horns.
Emoticon. Yeah, what do they call
20,000 kids going, the devil.
All right. You guys rock.
Jersey Devils.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty. All three of us. Call of Duty. Yes.
I'm not even at home.
Actually, I think my
maybe Call of Duty Mobile.
Wait. I think my second. Can we raid me? My second channel is live right now, playing Call of Duty from last night.
What's your second channel?
Johnny Bean 2.
On Twitch.
On YouTube. Here, you guys.
Okay, I'm ready.
Raid my second channel right now. Everybody, click on this.
I'm gonna call.
Jump in the chat.
Hold on.
Jump in the chat and say that I sent us. And this is to myself. Everybody jump over there.
How do we know it's really you?
I don't see you live over there.
It's me. I know it's me. Johnny Bean 2.
Live?
Yeah, it's a premiere. It's a live premiere from last night's stream.
Oh, a live premiere. You messed me up with that the other day because I was chatting.
Yeah,
with you,
you were watching it, and I was in the chat, but I'm like, no, that video's from yesterday. Yeah, that's from last night. Everybody, jump over there. Jump over there. Subscribe to the channel. Say hi. There's Peggy. Peggy's over there.
Uh-oh.
I see you.
Peggy's everywhere you want to be.
All right.
He's Captain Cool.
All right, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow or later.
Bye, guys.
Or tonight on Discord.
Yes. Dan Gorman's over there. I see you. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.
And then I'll give you mine, so come back around this way.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Mike, hi.
How you doing?
I'm Johnny Bean. I met you last year. I talked to you on Google+.
Oh, I remember you, yeah.
I look like,
all right, let's go.
all right.
He was at a Google Plus hangout.
I'm Johnny Bean.